Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Swamp Creatures. Tonight, right now, it is just me and Mitch. Leighton may be joining us soon. A couple of the other guys are not going to make it tonight. We may open it up to everyone else. But if you want to be a chance to get on the show, if you want to be a chance, all you got to do is join the Discord, because when we do post the link, that's where it'll be. And there's a lot of cool people in there hanging out. We got people from all over the country in there just shitting, playing games, hanging out. What's up, Mitch? How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, man. I know how we have to start this show off, and it feels good to finally have a website or finally have a drink here that, the chat won't make fun of me for, and there's no one in the chat right now, so that kind of doesn't help.
I'll make fun of you either way.
We'll make fun of me either way. But, yeah. I don't know. With everything going on with Ukraine and Russia, I finally have the most appropriate drink. I got me some Russian vodka, and I'm making Moscow Mules. So
hell yeah, man. No, I'm sticking with classics again. Going again with the Bud Light. We got a big party tomorrow, so I bought 2 cases of this crap. And Polk County Bully Project, go check them out. They're doing great things, saving animals. Yeah, man, it's gonna be nuts. You're gonna be at the party tomorrow. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome.
All right, I'll address this immediately. Watching Mitch, glad you got a man's drink. Okay, it is, what's in there? Ginger beer,
lime juice, and vodka.
Does that sound like a man's drink to you?
It's a man's drink.
It does not sound like a man's drink. The manliest thing in there is vodka, but it's fucking juice.
This is the drink that Keanu Reeves' character drinks in Cyberpunk 2077. So are you saying
that game fucking bombed? That game fucking bombed.
It's a good game, story-wise. It actually is very good now, but still, yeah. It stands. Keanu Reeves. Is Keanu Reeves not manly?
Well, he was afraid to put his arm on a woman. You remember that famous picture where he
Yes, because he knows that he'll get canceled.
I don't know. Oh, okay. All right, we got some stuff going on here.
Knows it's up. It is a man. It's called the Moscow Mule, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I don't know.
Such a guy. Would you want tonic and vodka or tonic vodka or some shit?
Yeah. By the way, guys, you guys are both in the Discord. We may open it up later. Ginger beer is a little exotic. What does it say? It's a little exotic, but not effeminate.
Technically, it said ginger beer or ginger ale. I just decided to get ginger beer because I thought I might as well go with the recipe.
The recipe I looked up said ginger beer, so I think you made the right choice.
Yeah. I should correct. The guy on YouTube said that you could also use ginger ale.
Yeah, you get all your advice from YouTube.
Russian vodka, nonetheless. So it's just as
That is a pretty sick looking bottle, though. Is it good vodka or is it like super harsh? Smooth. Take a swig.
Smooth.
Take a swig.
Really.
Take a swig.
I'm not.
Come on, man. You can do it. Russians do it.
You want me to come to your barbecue tomorrow, right?
Yeah, you'll make it.
That's a good way to make sure I don't make it.
You have to do like those Russians. You see that video where they're like hanging from the tree limb or something, doing upside down curl ups, and the other guy's punching him in the ribs as he's doing the whatever they're called, sit ups. Did you see that? They're like saying,
know, but the Russians have that, and instead we get woke recruitment ads.
Yeah, that was basically what the post was saying. It was like, we are not ready to take on the Russians. And that was the other thing. There was a bear in the background behind a tree. Like the bear is just sitting there doing it, and he's doing these like sit-ups, and the fucking other Russian is punching him in the ribs as he's doing sit-ups in the middle of fucking snow. It's like, no.
So I guess this is a segue then into the video that I'm about to pull up of a certain gentleman who decided to bust out rapping at a local city council meeting.
How is that? Well, I guess the lyrics have something to do with it. How is that related?
It does have to do with Putin and Ukraine.
Okay. All right. You got the shoot ready, or
should we just make this? I just want you to know my original intention was to have Josh suffer through this, but he's not here, so you get to deal with this now instead.
All right. I'll take one for the team. You remember this, Josh. I did it for you.
The boo spitting on the mic. Anti-vax. Putin hates all of them blacks. Putin is a bad racist. What? Put him in the ground, white or brown. And I'm in plain old town. And you just got found. I'm a pimp. I own a blimp. Unless it's
what is this shit?
No, you can't stop my shine. I'm number 99.
There ain't nobody there, dude.
There's a chick in the background at one point.
Zelensky is a VIP. Ukraine and I go insane. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. You know
What
that
the
is the
fuck
plan.
is this?
I'm a Zelensky stan. I love you, Vladimir Zelensky. You are so smart. What's the smell? Did somebody
Oh
find
my
you?
god,
No way.
damn, dude,
What
this is
can you
so
say?
bad.
I'm sorry, man.
Again.
I warned
I
you.
love you, and I love to
What
run
the
and
fuck is
grind all the
this shit?
time. And you got that sanitizer, and you know I got that Pfizer. You know I stick it in my vein. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. Do it for the Ukraine. Before I
Oh
go
my god,
insane,
how much more is
let
this?
me
This is so bad.
antibacterial
I
my body.
didn't. You know, it feels a lot longer than it actually is.
You know the flow. And I am a pimp, cause I am on the blimp. Eating lots of steak and
He's a
shrimp.
pimp because he's on a blimp.
I guess so. Like, is that the name of this track? Pimp on a Blimp?
Price is way too high. Vladimir
Sure.
Putin needs to die. Gas price is way too high.
Okay, that's where it ends. I assume it
Oh
goes
my
on
god.
longer than that, but
Holy fuck, that was torture. He's almost as bad as Remy.
you really think?
I fucking hate Remy. He's terrible.
I feel like I need to apologize to Tom McDonald after watching that.
You know, it reminds me of those fucking those like Christian raps. You know how they always like there was one that came out recently. There was another guy who was trying to do it, but yeah, it reminds me of those. Like oh, you should pray to Jesus, and it's just stupid. Like you're not going to bounce to any of that. It was so bad. And then you know, of course, the politics I disagree with as well, but it's just crazy.
Yeah, he was all pro-vaccine and pro-Ukraine, and it was just like, what the fuck?
It'd be one thing to be like I support Ukraine resisting Russian whatever, but he's just like, no, we need to go over there and kill Putin. Like, okay, we should just get involved, yeah.
At the end, he was talking about.
Is he a libertarian? Because he was wearing a yellow pocket and a yellow tie.
Yeah.
People usually don't wear yellow unless they're libertarian.
Probably Ukraine, if you think about it.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Come out, you black and tans. What's up, Dickie? How you doing, man?
Come out and fight me like I'm on.
Yo, Dickie looked like he had a great time, and Duke needs to come on here and repent for not hanging out with Dickie and going to school instead. What a fucking loser!
That loser isn't even hanging out with us tonight either. So
I know. Well, wait, is that the guy's name? Alex Stein does these as a joke. He's a Republican. Well. People, I don't know who to be more embarrassed for, the Republicans who put up those kind of people, or libertarians that have like Jason Weeks or whatever his name was that got naked.
Oh, James Weeks, yeah.
James Weeks, there you go. I don't know who's more embarrassing. Probably the rap guy, honestly.
I don't know, man. It's pretty tough.
The
guy who stripped at National Convention or the rap guy?
Yeah, I'd rather have the naked guy.
I mean, if the rap guy had done it at like the GOP National Convention, I feel like it would have been worse.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was fucking awful. Why did you do that to me?
Well, you know, my point was to show that to Josh and tell him, okay, so now do you not agree? Maybe we should let Russia win.
Does he disagree with that?
I don't know. He just always. I'm not even on the side of Russia. I have. This,
yeah.
You know, I'm of the opinion that the Donbass should be independent and Ukraine should do their own shit. But like, we've had discussions about that before. We're not on the same page, but we don't exactly disagree either. Like, I don't know how to describe it.
He's super disappointed too. He called me last night crying, just saying, I can't believe I missed out with Dickie. He's all alone without me. And I was like, bro, you should go see him. He's like, I can't.
Dude, let him down.
Yep. He didn't call me, but that'd be funny if he did. And I would definitely save that recording and play it for you all. It'd be way better than that stupid rap.
When I saw that, all I could think was, okay, I had to suffer through this. I'm going to make whoever's on the show tonight suffer through this as well.
Yeah, there was a, speaking of bears and Russians, and when I saw this video, I thought of, we don't need the audio for it. I lost my window. Hold on. I can't find you.
Is this the one that you were talking about of the dude doing the fucking sit-ups or whatever?
No. Different. Sorry, I have too many things open right now.
Oh, you're good. I just spilled lime juice.
No, there was here, let me share screen. Do this. We don't need to share the audio on this one. It'll be fine the way it is. But so when I saw this video, I kind of thought like, yeah, there's some parallels here between Russia and Ukraine. And then we were just talking about bears earlier, so that kind of fit in. Is it gonna play? Yeah. So this the bear hops in, and these fucking pigs are like, no way, get the fuck out, no way. So Russia's the bear, and the pigs are the Ukrainians, and they're just fighting back. And
you think that's what's going on?
I think that Russia could easily crush Ukraine if they just fucking nuked them, but they won't. And this bear could just easily just demolish those pigs if it just took a swipe at them. But instead, the pigs are fighting back, and the bear's scared. Putin's got no balls. He won't drop the nuke.
Ukraine doesn't seem to be doing too well against Russia from everything I've seen.
I can't tell what's real and what's not, man. Like, I see posts going both ways. I see like the Russians posting how they're winning and then everybody else posting how they're losing. And so is it propaganda? Is it not? I don't fucking know. But yeah, but they have nukes. So like, if they wanted to, they could fucking just do it. So how do you think this ends?
Originally, I thought that Putin was just going to take the Donbass and call it a day. But now I feel like he realizes he could get more out of it. It's kind of one of those situations where it's like, okay, I already got the Donbass. They're going to get me that. What else can I get from you? You know what I mean?
Is that similar in any way, you think, to what Hitler did with Poland, where he was like, I'm going to take this, and then no one stopped him, and so he just moved on? Because that's been the fear, right? Is that if we allow him to take Ukraine.
That you've gotten from the Ukrainian narrative.
Yeah, but, whatever the narrative is, I'm asking if you think it's legit. Because that's been the criticism, right? That we have to stop Russia, because if we don't, they're going to do the same thing Germany did, and they're just going to keep going until they get stopped.
I'm not sure, because I'm not really into either narrative, just kind of trying to figure out what the truth is. But I will say I find it very funny how both sides are accusing the other side of being Nazis.
Yeah, who's accusing Russia of being Nazis?
The Ukrainians, bro, because of what you just said. You didn't see them tweet out that thing of Putin, of Hitler.
It's hard
being proud of Putin.
It's hard to call the Ukrainian to call Russians Nazi, especially as Ukraine, when you see like the pictures of like the flags and stuff that they have out all the time.
Well, that's what's funny about it, because it's like both sides are calling each other Nazis.
Yeah, so just like let them kill each other. I don't fucking care. I don't know, man. I don't either, man. But it's like the way NATO and all these other ones are looking at it, it has me concerned. I did see somebody posted something that was like a picture of the world, and it showed all the NATO countries with like a little NATO logo, and then like Russia in the middle. And it's like every other country in the world is fucking NATO.
Yeah.
And then there's Russia. And you tell me NATO's not a threat is basically what the tweet said. So, I was like, yeah, that's a good point.
So there's this whole thing then I gotta say in regards to like this whole conflict, this little detail that I'm really starting to realize, because it comes up every time I look into the situation. Chechens. Yes. You know how there's Chechens fighting on both sides, right?
Okay. What about it?
Here's my question. What the fuck is going on? We have two different groups that are claiming to be from the government of Chechnya, from the army that is in Chechnya, but they're both fighting on both sides. What is going on here? I feel like there's an interesting geopolitical situation going on in Chechnya I know nothing about. Yeah.
Is it, I don't know, is it just, why are the Chechens so invested? What's over there for the Chechens?
Well, I kind of went down the rabbit hole trying to get an idea of it more, just from looking into the history of Chechnya and everything. Yeah. And from what I understand, it's always kind of been the Wild West of southern Russia, where like you have this region of mountains where there's all these different ethnic groups that all speak different languages, and kind of like Afghanistan, you have a lot of different warlord type things. But there still is like a brutal, strong central government. But I guess there's areas where warlords still do shit. So that's the only way I can find any idea of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And apparently Russia had been running like military operations in that region up until 2009.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't know, man. My foreign policy is very limited. I just don't give a shit. Let them do whatever they want, and we shouldn't get involved. And if they want to kill each other, then let them kill each other. It sucks. I made an edit of that tweet comparing Hitler and Putin. What are you talking about? You can get in here.
Talking about the one that Ukraine sent out, where Hitler is like all looking down, all proud at Putin.
Oh, he will be at his desk soon. Okay, cool. Oh, so here I found the video. The center tab, this one, share audio. Here it is. Let me cut this. I'm sorry that the screen is shit, but that's how it comes up because it's a YouTube short. Look at him doing that. He's not doing sit-ups. He's doing whatever that leg thing is. Another Russian is punching him in the fucking stomach while he's doing that. And there's a fucking bear.
This has got to be fake. I mean, it's funny, but I feel like that's got to be fake. That's so
I don't think so, man. I think it's legit. Russian workout routine, exercise training with bears, preparing for Ukraine invasion.
This is why we need to get one of those Russian libertarians on the show.
How many Russian libertarians are there? Put it in Discord. Oh,
there was a Libertarian Party of Russia that I actually talked with some folks with on Facebook a while ago, and I wish I had added them.
Yeah, we're all failing. I was gonna make a comment about they're doing really poorly, but yeah. So
no, we're all doing pretty bad. We're all of us libertarians around the world. We're all kind of, if you haven't noticed, it hasn't been going well for anyone. My introduction to them was a video of them getting the shit beaten out of them by Russian police. So clearly they're not doing too well.
Oh, I saw this. I thought this was just a tweet talking about like the censorship because they were censoring tweets.
Oh, that's a different one.
Yeah. A chilling image which reflects reality. This tweet appears to be retarded, so let's get it out of here. I thought that was just one referring to the what do you call it? They censored a bunch of tweets like any. Oh, there was one that had Putin with he was sitting in a tank and the tank's gun was supposed to be his wiener, but it was all limp and he's looking all sad and fat. You see that cartoon? That's where I saw that.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. That's a trained bear. You didn't believe that bear was legit? I don't know, man. Looked like the bear might have been trained, but they were just sitting there chilling. I'm gonna be fucking doing no crazy.
I feel like we're getting worked by the bear and those. I bet they aren't even Russians.
I need a fact checker.
Watch, they're probably in Belarus.
I need Snopes. Snopes needs to help me out.
They're probably Latvians.
Yeah, they're gonna say mostly false. They'd be like, it wasn't posted by the Russian army. It was posted by someone else.
It wasn't posted in Russia. It was actually posted in Belarus.
Yeah, right. So stupid. Oh, speaking of Russian propaganda, here, I'll make a good segue. Speaking of Russian propaganda, have you seen the former disgraced chair going off on everybody, calling them all Russian agents?
Oh, is he doing that now?
You don't know about this?
Been paying attention to him.
No, well, yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, Block Sarwark was a great campaign, but it failed because people still pay attention to what he says. And yeah, let me share this for you here.
You know, I gotta say, they always used to say that Sarwark ran the meetings well, but you know who really runs meetings better? Joshua Halavka.
Yeah,
really does, man. Just saying.
Yeah, that's the rumor anyway. I was there. I think it went well. He called everybody children like 3 times. So that was kind of funny.
He had to do what he had to do.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So this is Sal the Agorist post. If only someone had warned us, and it's all of these tweets about Ron Paul warning about NATO and how they need to go away. And here it is, playing with fire. NATO launches massive war game in Russia's backyard. Conspiracy fact, NATO's Russia war push today on the Liberty Report. So he's constantly talking about how NATO is going to lead the war and it's a huge problem and we should get rid of it. So what does the former chair have to say about it? Like Putin, Ron Paul has long wanted to end the Mutual Defense Alliance of NATO. Okay, sure. Whether it's for the same or different reasons, there's no daylight between their positions. Defensive alliances are only a threat to aggressors, just like my gun is only a threat to attackers. Okay, like I see the argument he's trying to make there, but then what he does after that is he just starts going off, and there's multiple, like these are just the top ones in here, but there's multiple comments that he's made where every time somebody pushes back and says we shouldn't be involved in Ukraine or something like that, he's like, oh, these are just Russian talking points. These are just Putin talking points. And he put out some tweet where he was asking like Congress should debate whether or not we should go to war with Russia. And he's trying to play it off like it's like no, I'm just asking for the debate. I don't actually want any involvement. I'm against any involvement, but they should have a debate about it at the same time. So he's kind of playing like this weird game. He's slippery, this motherfucker.
You notice that there's this weird thing with people who are over propagandized on both sides. They accuse the other side of just buying into propaganda when someone makes a really good point.
Yeah.
Like, you ever notice that? Both sides do that. Oh, you're buying Putin propaganda. Oh, you're buying the propaganda of the West.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Maybe both sides are full of shit. You know?
Yeah, and
that's an option.
Here we go. This was one that I saw that kind of irritated me a little bit. The Venn diagram of people unconcerned about Putin and unconcerned about COVID is damn near circular.
Who care about Putin?
Yeah, that's my point. Like, why would I care about that? COVID, I don't care about COVID as much as I care about the damn mandates and the restrictions and all that bullshit, because it affects liberty. These are not the same. What Putin does to Ukraine has no effect on my liberty. Why the fuck should I care? What the hell is happening over there?
I don't care about COVID. Here's why. Because Chris Christie survived, and I think that's evidence enough that it's not. I shouldn't be as concerned as.
Oh my god, dude! Here's another one I just found.
Oh no.
RPI, the Ron Paul Institute, repeating Putin Institute, Russian Propaganda Institute. Like the guy. Look, NATO is a bad organization. There's no reason for us to be a part of it. It's not just like it's a mutual defense thing. This is the exact thing that we were warned about: entangling alliances that will lead us to war. So if we're going to say that we're going to be nonviolent and non-interventionist and all this stuff, and then we're going to join this group that says if one of us are attacked, we're all going to kill you. Like you're either going to go in there and not keep your word, or you're going to go in there and violate your principle.
When it comes to NATO, it's funny because I remember in like 2011 when all the left-wing people were deathly opposed to everything NATO. When they were out there protesting NATO, when they were having their little meeting in Chicago. And now it's like a lot of these people somehow have taken the bait and are like all for Ukraine and shit. Like, at what point did they willingly buy into the propaganda? Was it Trump was so vitriolic that was the opportunity for the cathedral to get these people to buy their shit?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like our standard response is don't get involved, and we prefer that people don't fight. And if they do, I mean, you can't really stop them. What are we gonna do? Get everybody calling for a no-fly zone right now? Like, this is stupid.
What is like a no-fly zone over Russia or Ukraine?
I think it's over Ukraine or one of those areas. Yeah.
Well, I will say if it's over Ukraine, the free market already has determined pretty much a no-fly zone where every plane is going around the country.
What's up, Shannon? Yeah, I don't know, but it's just a stupid thing. NATO is Putin, U.S. Oh, NATO is Putin, us, and enough. All right, I got it now. I got it now that I read it.
I see what he did there.
I see. You smart ass. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was crazy. And I would have thought the COVID stuff might have put I don't even know what happened with Sarwark, because I've heard people say in the past that he used to not be as fucking deranged as he is right now.
So,
and yeah, go ahead. You've been around longer than me.
Conspiracy theory.
Sure.
And I hope that this will get out there. Nick Sarwark is a clone. Kind of like, you know how there's the theory out there that Obama is a clone?
A clone of who?
Shapiro?
He's a clone of Ben Shapiro?
No, a
Okay.
clone of an Egyptian pharaoh. You never heard that theory? That's one of the crazy bonkers Illuminati
who's the
conspiracy
clone?
theories. Obama.
Oh, no, I didn't hear he was a clone. I heard he was the
Yeah.
Antichrist.
I mean, I've heard Antichrist. I've heard clone of an Egyptian pharaoh. Like, there's a bunch of conspiracy theories about every president. But what if Nick Sarwark comes from that same program, but we don't know where he comes from a clone from?
He's a clone of a Fed.
Well, that's another theory.
That he's a
his
Fed?
parents were agents, and he was raised as an asset, basically.
Yeah. I don't know what his deal is, man. Like, but I don't know. Like this one is it's not tricky. It's just it's very clever of him to say like, oh, I think we should do something about Russia. I'm not saying we should fight, but we should be there. We should do something. We should have a discussion about it. It's like people that it's akin to people who bring up the argument of like, well, we should discuss age of consent. Like, no, I really don't want to. Like, what is your motivation in discussing this? I kind of like the laws the way that they are. I wish that there was some more consideration for like 17 and 18-year-olds. Like, there's a discussion there, but I really don't want to have a conversation beyond that. Like, what is your point in bringing this up, sir?
Where's Arvind Vohora when we need him?
But that's how I view the Putin thing from Sarwark. Is like, why do you want to have this discussion? What do you think that we should be doing that we're not already doing? Like, I think what we're doing is already too much. We're already involved in ourselves.
Thing makes no sense to me.
The what?
The whole sanctions thing.
Yeah,
because you're not hurting Putin. You're not hurting the oligarchs. You're just hurting the poor people.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some weird shit.
All I know is I hope that it doesn't make it so we can't get this anymore.
I think you'll always be able to find it. It might be some knockoff shit, but it'll be around.
I don't know, man. This is actually brewed in St. Petersburg. So
where did you buy it?
Distilled. This one the same liquor store that I get all the weird stuff from.
Well, you're not going to say the name so we can boycott them and make sure it's impossible?
Hey, I'm not trying to get my liquor store canceled. That Indian man is very nice.
Yeah, well, that's why he didn't give a fuck. He's like, whatever,
sorry,
just try to make some money.
Rittenhouse logic. That white supremacist.
Yeah. Yo, it is, it's having the, I don't know, very predictable effect, though. Like, okay, hang on. Let me ask you this. Do you think that the reason why gas is going up has anything to do with Russia?
No, because it was going up before that.
Okay. But, so I agree with you there. I think there's more to it than just the Russia thing. I don't even think that we imported a lot of our oil from Russia. It comes from like Saudi Arabia. And
most of ours, I thought, came from Canada.
Yeah, that too, because it's even closer. It's cheaper to ship it. They can't even ship shit through like ports and things because the damn ports are all filled up with old containers. Sarwark's goal, dude, this is never going to work. Sarwark's goal is to find the LPMC weakness and exploit it so he can get his party back.
That's not right. I just don't think.
Well, if that's what he thinks, I want to show him the space meme. And he's like, that's not my party. It fucking never was. It was never his party. There was something else
that is going to happen. They will control none of the party, and they will be happy.
I don't even think he's a delegate right now. How's that? Yeah, so how you like that, bitch? You don't even have a voice in the party anymore. That's how disliked you are. You couldn't even get one fucking slot. He probably will end up getting a slot. I'm going to eat those words. Somebody somewhere will give him a slot. Think so?
I wonder if he's ranked as an alternate or what's going on.
Well,
either way,
the way I understand the PA convention, they voted the entire slate, and he wasn't on it. It was a Michael Heiss slate, so it was fucking yeah.
As far as Reno goes, too, I spoke with Michael Heiss, and when we have him on here, we can try and get him to spill the beans, but I don't think he will because he won't even tell me. He's promising a special guest for Reno that will.
God, it's gonna be a fucking puppet. This fucking.
I already told him if it's a puppet, then we're going to murder him.
He's lucky I'm not
You're
gonna
not
be
Michael
there.
Malice, dude. This room isn't afraid to kill you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's lucky I'm not going, dude.
I basically told him it better be Ron Paul, Hans Hermann Hoppe, or Alex Jones, or that's going to be a very angry room.
It would be pretty cool if it'd be Ron Paul because, you know, he built this whole thing as the Ron Paul Revolution. And then just to have him go out there and, like, not even just be a speaker, just to, like, show up and be there when the Reno reset happens, that'd be fucking pretty cool.
I will say this, that's who I think it probably will be, just knowing like the Mises Caucus and the connection.
You said the same thing for the fucking Tom Woods thing, and we got
we said Alex Jones for Tom Woods.
Yeah.
In this case, well, for one, this was me talking with Michael Heiss on the phone. This wasn't like, you know, him promising. This was me having an actual just conversation. He wouldn't tell me who it was, but he would tell me it would not be a repeat of the Michael Malice puppet situation.
He's going to bring two puppets.
If it is actually someone legit, what you should do is you should go out there with a puppet of Dave Smith or something and pretend like that's the guest and then just fuck with people and be like,
nah, that's true. Ask Malice to borrow the Tom Woods puppet. And go out there and then everybody will be pissed and you'll be like, I'm just kidding. Here he comes. And then whoever.
Yeah.
That
would be the best way to do it because that's still in everyone's minds. That's recent.
I fucking hate that goddamn puppet. I was pissed. I was drunk.
Really want to destroy that puppet, don't you?
Look, we're having a party tomorrow. There may or may not be explosions at said party, and if the puppet just happened to show up, it might not leave.
Love the fucking Tom Woods puppet. Tim really wants to destroy that puppet.
I hate that puppet, dude. I was so pissed. That was the only reason I stayed in that room because everybody else was outside having a gay old time. And I was at the back of the room just hanging out with my wife and a couple other people. And
Tim?
That was the only reason I was there was to see what the guest was.
Tim, I was the same way. Looking back,
no, you were up front.
I'd gone outside and spent more time with the whole tower gang.
Yeah, everybody was outside. There were a bunch of people there that I didn't know were there, and they told me after. They were like, "Oh yeah, I ran into you." Like, you did? I don't remember you being there.
I don't know. Yeah. The Tom Woods 2000 was more of a rager than it had any right to be. I mean, I've never seen Tom Woods do a beer bong like that, and then a keg stand afterwards. I mean, Jesus Christ, like that man. I swear, no one knows
do that on
how
stage?
Tom Woods really is.
Did he do that on a stage? Because I didn't see that.
It wasn't on the stage. It was kind of it happened somewhere in the midst of that haze of the weekend.
Somewhere around. Yeah, when we showed up there, I was like, "This is a huge hotel. Like, is this all these?" She didn't think there was going to be anyone there because she goes to other libertarian events where nobody's there. she's like, "Oh, it's not going to be that big." And then we walk in and there's 2,500 people in the room, and she's like, "Oh my god! Like, why are all these people here?" It's like, because it's Tom Woods. And she's like, well, who's he? I'm like, well, he does a podcast. He's been around for a long time. He's worked with Ron Paul. He's got history. She's like, I just can't believe there's this many fucking people. It was a lot.
Like, can you imagine if we could actually get those people to show up to the LP?
Yeah, good luck, man.
What a force we would be capable of.
You know, we make fun of the LP for being a social club with the people who have been in charge for the longest time, but there is a lot of value to actually having a good community of just like socials and things and people getting together. And I think that will ultimately breed like having a good culture is just as important as doing, you know, stupid business meetings that really don't mean much at the end of the day. Like all it really is like FEC compliance. Like that's really what we're doing is we're making sure that we can act in a way that doesn't get us in trouble. Like if there were not any political party laws or, you know, campaign contribution laws or those kinds of things, there would really be no reason for like an official party. We could all just get together and be like, hey, like we're going to donate to this guy and help him win. But a lot of these meetings, minutes, rules of order, those kinds of things, those exist because they have to. And if you want to be involved in the political sphere, you have to comply with all of these rules and regulations. And so, but that's the same stuff that steers people away, especially when you put in hours and hours, days and days, weeks and weeks of your life out of the year trying to get this shit done. And then at the end of the day, you look at 50 years of the LP and what have we achieved? Like that kind of stuff burns people out. So having things like we're doing tomorrow, hanging out at the bonfire, shooting some guns, having a good cookout with family and friends, and just not doing business, just having a good time, I think it's just as important.
No, I agree with that. I really think there is something culturally to that some people just don't seem to really, in a way, I think they take it for granted. There was one libertarian who I was having a conversation with this kind of about, and he actually almost seemed annoyed that people wanted to focus on this and not purely on some other things. Not that those other things were not important. They were, like community outreach, more in particular, was what he was frustrated with. But he just didn't. I guess he just didn't understand the value of that. But I don't know. I guess he saw it as a fool's errand or something like that.
Wait, what was a fool's errand? Just being involved?
No. Just only do it, like focusing on the social things and shit like that. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why he thought
it builds trust, right? Like you and I and all the other swamp guys, we hang out all the time, and so doing that, like there's a relationship between you and I. Like if you ran for office, I'd be like, yeah, like whatever you need me to do, man, I'm here to help you, dude. It'd be great. And like if it was just you and the only times that we ever interacted was when we were doing this like annoying filing minutes and meetings and following rules kind of shit, we wouldn't have the same relationship. It just wouldn't be that way. It'd just be a business thing, and it'd be all professional. It's like the people you work with. Like I like the guys I work with. They do a good job and I don't have any complaints. But like if one of them ran for office, I'd be like, no, I just want to hang out with you at work. Like that's it. You have to have that camaraderie. I don't know. It's important.
Yeah.
All right. There are some more things that we're going to talk about. I know Leighton's got some stuff he wants to bring up whenever he gets his ass in here.
If he ever does.
No, he will. I'm sure he will. But he's probably like walking through the snow barefoot, like with a joint in his hand.
I don't know. All I know is if Russia invades, he should just show them that video and be like, do you really want to take over this country?
Wait, which video?
With the rap guy.
Oh my God. No. Russia's
just show him that, like, you really want to rule these people?
I don't think that they're ever going to invade. I think they're going to just get their sphere of influence and be fine with it. And, you know, they're going to take, this is my prediction, that they're going to take Ukraine. They're eventually going to win Ukraine unless America decides that we're going to go to war and we're going to fucking bomb the shit out of Russia and all this kind of stuff. Unless we declare war on Russia, I don't think Russia will declare war on us. And I don't think it'll ever get to that point. It's just not, they're just not in a position to do that.
I feel like just any country trying to invade Appalachia or some of these parts of the U.S., that's kind of one of those good luck. Rifle behind every blade of grass. A rifle exactly behind every blade of grass. God damn, the Moscow Mule's hitting me.
Yeah, so there's some stuff happening in Florida. We can talk about a few of those things.
Oh, shit. What we got?
So, you know, DeSantis is still doing his thing. Let me see. Share screen. Share that one. Share. All right. DeSantis calls plane masking a farce. I guess. So did you follow anything that happened with this? So are they still requiring masks on the planes, or I thought that was repealed?
I hope it's repealed come Reno, because I really don't want to fucking deal with that shit anymore. But
I think it was, and that's why everybody was buying tickets and stuff. So maybe he's not like breaking any new ground here, but you know, DeSantis is still being DeSantis, going after all of that. What do you think of? There were a few articles that came out that were talking about what the Florida legislature has passed this year, and they talked about how they were super focused on cultural issues, Mr. Culture in Decay, where they were talking about like some books that got banned at the local school boards, how the masking and COVID stuff has gone down. What do you think about all that?
I don't know about the whole books banning thing. The only thing that I heard, which it seems like the corporate media really propped up, was the whole mouse thing. You heard about that, right? Like that, it
Yep,
seems
I
like
heard
they
about
really
it.
propped that up big time. Which the whole crazy thing about that was like Night by Elie Wiesel is still on there, and that's actually a very graphic telling of what happened in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
As far as like books being banned, there's a lot of times where books have been banned by schools where it's just, I mean, not like, here's the funny thing about the whole banned books thing. It's like, is it actually banned? Like if a kid brings it to school and keeps it in his bag and decides to read it, are they going to
Hello.
it away, or is it just they don't carry it in the library? You know what I mean?
How's
Yeah,
y'all
there was a
been?
bunch of stuff that. Not much, man. Hey, Leighton, welcome to the show. The clip master, the guy who takes us all out of context and make us look better than we are. What's up, man?
Yes, the architect of our impending cancellation.
Yeah, Twitter's been fun for the last couple days for me. I've been having a blast.
No, man, it's been great, dude. That clip that you put up of Breonna Coyle's tweets and calling her a communist and stuff, that was fucking great, man. I enjoyed it immensely.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was one. That was another one that we didn't really talk about. We talked about Sarwark raging on all the LP people with his Russia stuff, but we didn't talk about the Georgists who are coming out of their shell and saying that people shouldn't have the right to own property and land, and that's not the same thing as children and all that kind of stuff.
I have the videos up on my Twitter. Everybody saw the one that I put up that got all the views, but I did make a second one. I actually made one of the one that me and you had talked about. Remember? Because you.
Yeah. I was thinking about. I was like, it reminds me of that Mexican laughing meme. I was like, I'm too lazy to make this video, Leighton, but here's an idea. Go for it. Yeah, because it's so fucking stupid. I'm trying to find your video. You post too goddamn much, dude. That's your problem.
I'll drop it on. I'll send it to you on Discord.
Well, you got to send me the link to the Twitter so we can play the sound.
Yeah, that's what I'll send you.
Okay.
Oh,
but
Twitter.
Yeah, so Mitch, are you saying that you haven't been following the Georgists coming out?
What, Georgists? No, I mean, I haven't
Yeah.
been because I don't really go on Twitter that much. But as far as Georgists go, it just amazes me that people still try to maintain a position that Frank Fetter absolutely destroyed back in the late 1800s.
Who the
Like-
fuck is Frank Fetter? I know
He's an
Henry
Austrian
George.
economist here. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find this letter.
Yeah, I got it.
Got it.
No, I have the video that Leighton made that made the rounds.
Dude, this thing got up to like, what was it, like 4,000 or 5,000 views, and I'm like, and I never got a response, just block, which I always find.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like this one that it starts off with. Hold on, let me get the right tab open. This one that it starts off with. This tweet, she said some stupid shit, and somebody else was like, "Don't let communists call themselves libertarians" or something like that. That was the tweet that I retweeted, and that was enough to get me blocked from this.
Yeah.
So are you seeing this, Mitch?
She's
Sorry,
quick
give
on
me
the-
1 second. What was it? Natural resources should not be collectivized or shared by all of humanity. Oh,
No, should be is what.
yeah,
she said.
I
Not-
know.
should not.
That's why I just kind of paused there because I realized that wasn't what I was reading.
Keep going.
Not to
I want you
sound
to read it out
creepy,
loud.
but
Yeah.
this is oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
No, you
have
have to. You skip the
even
second
though I know
sentence.
she probably doesn't talk like this, but this is when I read shit like this is how I read it.
Go.
No one. Natural resources should be collectivized and shared by humanity. No one should be able to own land or water in a way that deprives others of access. Like, not to sound preachy, but there is like only one planet Earth, and there is plenty to go around. So as long as we protect it, Earth emoji. I know
And
she
then
probably
All right,
doesn't
here,
know
I'll read it.
That's just how I read shit like that.
Here's how I picture it being read. natural resources.
No, Alex wouldn't say that. Alex likes his property. He wouldn't go that far.
Oh,
No, but
God.
I think you had the proper response.
The government doesn't want you to do this.
Oh, did you hear the audio? Is the audio shared? Hold on, let me make sure.
I heard it.
Well, I don't know if you can hear it through here, through my headphones, or like full blast, like it's supposed to be. Here, let's keep her here. Yeah. So. Gangster. I love that. Yep. There we go. And then Shane Hazel's response: anyone that advocates for a system of force and coercion and common ownership is indeed a communist. I don't know how you disagree with that, man. Like,
He's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not wrong. More. Do parents have a right to prevent their children from learning, from obtaining information? I would say no. Not only that, but I would want my kids to be well informed and learn as much as they can about whatever they want. I don't get why people would want to deprive them of that. The second part of our tweet, I don't personally have an issue with. But the first part, do parents have a right to prevent their children from learning? That is like not what's going on at all. They just want to protect their children from certain information. It's not even information. It's pornographic material or exposing them to stuff that goes beyond their beliefs. Like, I don't know, like communism. Like let them talk about Earth Day and stuff when they're a little bit older and understand it, and not like humans are killing everyone and everyone's going to die. Or you're white and therefore you have privilege and you're oppressing everyone around you. What's that?
That's the thing. It's like there's like an echo.
Oh, am I sharing? Oh, sorry.
It's off the screen.
Okay, sorry. Okay. My bad.
No, I was gonna say, like when I was younger, man, Earth Day was just like, yeah, this is the world. It's awesome. You know, it wasn't exactly just always preaching about the environment. It's like there's this weird like infusion of ideology in everything that's taught nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Your mic is muted. I see your mouth moving, but
I'm sorry. The first part of her tweet, which says, "Do parents have a right to prevent their children from learning?" Well, yes. If you're a parent and you don't want your kid learning about the horrible things that culture and all this bullshit that the left and the right have been causing for the last X amount of years, then yes, you not only is it your right to not have them learn about that stuff, but it in a way is your duty because it's your fucking kid.
Yeah.
And I would suggest everybody go to this person's profile and just search the word child and children and just scroll, and you will be introduced to a world of cringe that you have never seen before. These are the type of people that we need out of here.
Yeah, I can't do that.
On this. I think people were right in a way to reference grooming and stuff in a lot of the rhetoric that I see being thrown around Twitter by that side of the libertarian party, and I find it frankly to be disgusting. I know you guys were talking earlier about like that stuff, but yeah, my point of view on that is you touch a kid, I don't care whether it's the parent or their neighbor, you're gonna get some. And I don't think the justice system can really fix that all that well. I think culture fixes that, and I think people starting to react to pedophiles and grooming in a certain way is what solves that.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I can't remember what else is in here. I turned off the sound so I can hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I muted there. But Leighton, I just want to say for starters with what you're saying, I agree completely, but I think we should embrace tradition. You know, the wood chipper's nice and all, but the brazen bull. The brazen bull.
Well, I have a great meme that never caught on, but it was just a photo of an axe. And it says, "Make wood chippers great again." I thought that was great. That is a t-shirt and a half, by the way.
Parents have a right to transparency. Oh, go ahead. Yep.
Considering I'm currently on the road to Reno making pretty much new shirt designs every other day, trying to sell shirts to you people, I might just do that.
Do it. Dude, you could make something cool out of that. Like
I feel obligated at this moment that since you're talking about t-shirt ideas that you would gladly make Meaty Flesh Balls is still waiting. Joey Ferguson wants his fucking shirt, Mitch. And if you don't make a Meaty Flesh Ball t-shirt with like Dave or something, or however you do it, you're the artist.
Am I missing
But
the
Joey-
reference here? I'm an idiot.
It
Okay,
was
so
from
we
his
watched-
Tim Pool episode with Dave Smith.
Where he called the Earth a meaty flesh ball.
Yeah.
And then we were laughing about it. We were like, meaty flesh balls. How funny is that? And then Joey said that he would buy a shirt if you ever made it.
Mitch,
So there's
you
money
just do
on the
solar-
table.
Do the solar
Yeah.
system, and then as it goes down the planets, when it just gets to Earth, you just replace.
Meaty flesh.
That's the way to do it.
Honestly, Tim, I thought you were going to bring up a different shirt design entirely, but sure, that.
Okay, what were you thinking?
I
just
you were
felt
bringing up the
obligated to
Swamp
Joey.
Creatures logo.
Oh yeah, we need a new logo for sure.
Oh yeah, no, that's honestly the final stop on the road to Reno.
Dude,
Here.
if you guys, because once you guys get a good logo and stuff, I can incorporate that in all the edits and everything. And then when you guys are sharing the stuff, it'll have your little watermark on the corner and shit.
Well, see, we were gonna make you do the intro.
Oh well, yeah.
yeah.
I got the computer now, so I can make stuff look a little bit better.
You just got to go through a bunch of garbage and find all the good stuff and make us look awesome.
That's what I like. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
I have so much fun editing through your guys' stuff because it's kind of like going through some of the old Tower Gang episodes. It's just all like there's just these little gems of comments that were made in passing that no one noticed, but they're like, oh my god, I could just cut this into 2 seconds on its own,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what else is in this thing.
Oh, there's a few other tweets.
There we go. My position is that parents do not have a right to prevent youth from obtaining information. The context has been over these anti-LGBTQ bills. Don't say gay bill. But as usual, there are a ton of, quote, libertarians who want to deny young people any agency whatsoever, including the right to privacy. Yeah,
so
I want to deny children agency. Yes, I think that's a bad road to go down.
Yeah, I don't want the government to be an agency for my children. And that is what this is putting forward right now. The bill that is going through in Florida, I've actually read. And the fact is that from a libertarian standpoint, obviously we don't believe in things like this. I don't. But at a certain point, if your kids are going into the public school system, parents are going to need to have certain protections that kids don't within the private and homeschooling sectors. And the public schools don't give those protections. This bill is simply giving a protection that you could get at a private school or a homeschool, and it's now going to be available at a public school. I think there's going to be a problem with this bill in the future because I think there's going to be schools that are going to be able to get excluded, and I think that's probably a good thing. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, but it's probably good that a few of the schools are allowed to teach about this stuff, because if these people want to send their kids to what I consider to be a cesspool of horrible degenerative culture, then they can do that.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with it.
Yeah, my understanding, like the other side calls this, one side calls it the "Don't Say Gay" bill. The other side calls it the anti-grooming bill. And my understanding of the legislation, it's neither.
It's neither. It really is neither.
Yeah.
The fact is that it doesn't really stop people from grooming. It does stop teachers from mentioning more explicit things in what we would consider explicit. This is talking about like taking a 5-year-old aside and lecturing them on maybe them being transgender.
Sending them to the Kentucky camp.
That is what this is more about restricting than it is about general speech. There is, they ran this ad, and it's this girl standing up in front of her classroom, and she's reading about her 2 lesbian mothers, and the teacher, and then it says "Don't Say Gay" ad, across the thing. The fact is that ad is 100% propaganda. The kid they show in the commercial is past the age group that this bill would ban from that being mentioned in, and it doesn't actually restrict a kid talking about their lesbian parents. It restricts the teacher from turning around and then telling them that because of their parents, they're lesbian. And
so on that topic, then I must say, kids will no longer learn about the genderbread person.
This is real.
This is real.
I understand, but this is the exact kind of shit. Like, this is
Yeah,
why I'm
this is why the
homeschooling my
bill
children.
exists, but no one wants to
Yes.
talk about that.
Yeah, so I have never stepped foot in a public school.
Yeah.
I was taught completely outside of the system, and that's why
If
when
you
I
want to
see
raise an
people posting-
autistic nerd, homeschool your children.
If-
Look at Leighton.
precisely. If I wanted to have the opinions that this fucking mess of a human has, I would be putting my kids in the public school system. This is written as though somebody who has never actually given a shit about a child. Honestly, that is, in my opinion, that's how I'm saying. I've got 4 brothers that I care a lot about. This is written like someone who's never actually given real thought to what it means to take care of a kid in that way. Because you are the shepherd of your fucking child. That is your whole fucking duty as a parent.
Man, like these fucking like that Kentucky camp that's going around where they're talking about like teaching 5-year-olds like, oh yeah, they should learn all about masturbation. That should fuck you, motherfucker. Like, no,
It's just weird.
The wall.
Yeah,
Voice
exactly.
crack for the win.
Yeah.
But no, I play that other video I sent you in Discord of some of the tweets too. Although they're just the funny little ending at this, but that second one is pretty good too, because it's just the one tweet, and that was kind of the skit you laid out.
Yeah. Here, let me. I want to make sure I'm doing the right one. Is this right? Share audio. Yep. Okay. Put it back.
Estaba la paellera agarrada, metida entre las piedras de chipiones del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con
Just
una
like making fun of it.
Y adentro la vende paellera. Mira dónde llega el agua.
I love that guy.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic
Oh, I didn't
things
see
I've
this
ever
part.
heard.
Yeah.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Please do. Yeah. Yeah, that was him reading the natural resources and should not be or should be shared. Yeah.
The credit for that idea goes to you, Matt, but that was perfect. And then I thought about that game, the Billy Madison, and I was like, oh, fuck, that's perfect.
So if we're talking a lot about, I notice we're talking a lot about tweets tonight, and I don't have these tweets on hand, but Scott Horton seemed to be getting mad at the Texas LP for booking Joe Walsh and not him.
Mm-hmm. And he has every fucking right to be mad about it.
Why should I be mad about Joe Walsh? Who is that guy?
Unfortunately, it's not legendary Cleveland rocker Joe Walsh. That would have been awesome. So
it's
fuck
also
you,
not
Texas
legendary
LP.
skater boy Scott Horton.
Yeah.
No, there actually is like a rocker named Joe Walsh who's amazing.
I know he's fucking.
Well, okay, cool. But this isn't that. No, this is the Joe Walsh who ran against Donald Trump as a Republican last time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was it okay?
Yeah.
Isn't
Joe
Texas
Wells got a
the
delegate,
same
not
fucking?
him.
Isn't Texas the same fucking LP affiliate that trying to bring in Vaush?
Yes.
Okay, then let's just disregard the fucking state until some people that actually know what they're doing control it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. I see it though too, and I'm just like, I think Scott Horton is way too nice to these people.
Scott needs to start bodying some dudes.
Scott needs to stop being nice to these motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
Like
the dude is. I mean, listen, this is a guy who's got thousands of interviews out there, who's done more work to put out libertarian messaging and anti-war messaging than any fucking person right now that is on Twitter. So the idea that we are sending anybody but that to these LP events to be speaking to people is fucking retarded.
I mean, like, I know Scott doesn't like the idea of the takeover and everything like that, just from an PR standpoint. But it's like, dude, what you're experiencing right now is the reason why people say we need to take this bitch over.
When I opened Twitter and everybody was talking about Vaush, dude, CD is shout out to
I wish
CD
she would.
Lecrae.
I mean,
You should do it.
I'm not
Fuck
saying
yeah.
that she. I'm saying that she's not. I'm not saying that she's not trying. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, until then, like I don't look. When is Texas convention? It's happening soon, isn't it? I think it's happening
coming
like
up. Well, I believe the
this
Mises
weekend.
Caucus is going to have a good presence there and everything. We'll see how that goes, but I just think Texas has been one of those really weird fucking states. With the stuff with
awful.
Vaush was a nail in the coffin for me because I'm like, that dude is antithetical to everything the Libertarian Party has been standing for, or attempting to stand for, not only throughout lockdowns and all of that crap, but military intervention and
well, you should just submit to the mob
and
on the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. You should just submit to the mob, just like when you shoot somebody, just give up.
Vaush literally. I mean, I don't know if people have done.
I gotta
research
say,
on this
Vosh
guy.
did do one good thing. He made
What's
me
that?
appreciate J.K. Rowling.
I was gonna bring that up. Dude.
That was
I was
great.
gonna bring that up.
That
Yeah,
That happened
'cause
right around the time that was breaking that he was going to be doing the LP stuff, and I kept looking at the drama, and I'm like,
shit.
oh, this is hilarious.
Didn't he tell women to shut up or something like that?
Yes, I'm pulling that. That's this right here. All J.K. Rowling had to do was shut the fuck up, and she could have been almost uncritically beloved for like a century. Women be quieter and stop apologizing. Challenge. This was on
is
International
like,
Women's Day.
Someone go get like the Chad meme of the really buff guy and put it over that.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I've been watching. Look, one of my guilty pleasures is watching like YouTube Twitch drama.
I do too.
Yeah, like
Ethan
Adam
Ralph.
and Sitch.
I still keep up with the Ethan Ralph drama, and I've been not watching those people for years.
Yeah, it's one of my guilty pleasures, man. And just watching Vaush like go crazy on everybody about the J.K. Rowling stuff. And apparently, I watched a video today. It goes way deeper than that. So when I first saw this, I had the same impression. I was like, oh, J.K. Rowling probably doesn't even know who Vaush is. Like, it doesn't matter. He's just some guy to her. Yeah. Yes. And she started like liking and sharing and retweeting like posts of him talking about pedophilia and how like, I think child porn should be legal and all this stuff.
She liked the horse cock memes.
Yes.
If you don't know, and there's a Twitter handle, the best Twitter account in existence, in my opinion, a Twitter account named Jinx has put together some really great edits. That guy is from an editing standpoint, that guy's...
Is that the React guy? The one with the bucket hat?
No,
Jinx?
no.
Oh, okay, different Jinx.
Different guy. But so he did a little compilation video of all of his Discord shenanigans talking about his love and affinity for horsecock.
Oh, this guy, man.
Oh, it's like, everything. It literally doesn't hit. The guy's, his whole... Okay, do you know who Hassan Piker is?
Yes,
yes, of course I do. Chank's nephew, yes.
Right. Okay. Think about this. That guy sits on a fucking chair for 15 hours and watches other people's shit and barely talks through any of it. I have skimmed through these guys' streams. Vaush is slightly better than that. He talks a little bit more. The problem with that is he's also fucking retarded. So he talks more, but everything he says is stupid. And then it gets clipped out of context and spread around. He's been doing that for so long at this point. This guy has a fucking dictionary's worth of bad takes and horrible statements. I mean, it is insanity. The guy is like, yeah, this is somebody who's been caught talking to fans, talking to people who are questionably aged. He has said on camera multiple times that he masturbates to a certain type of anime porn known as lolicon, if you know what that is.
Get out of here.
Get the fucking brazen bowl.
In cartoon animes being fucked, and it's pretty fucked. And he has said on stream that is something that he likes, that everybody at some point has watched it, which was another statement he made. This is nothing against him, but he did get like suspended once for just randomly having some fat ugly naked chick walk in front of him while he was streaming, like just walk by him. It's one of my favorite clips out there. The guy is the cesspool of the internet by definition.
Yeah.
The idea that he has any libertarian values is self-proclaimed fucking socialist.
maybe having him debate Charlie Kirk was perfect because they're the complete opposites of one another in every
that
way.
was
And
a
they're
good
both
debate.
horrible.
And yet both horrible. You know what I mean? They're both similar yet so
No,
different.
that's true.
Charlie Kirk is a simp.
His
I wish I could understand. Like,
face is small.
I would be okay with him going to an LP event if he wanted to debate something like socialism versus capitalism or something on that kind of spectrum. Like, he would be the guy that you would want to be the advocate on the other side, right? But it didn't seem that way in the promotional material. It seemed like he was like, this is one of the people that we want to promote and push forward as, because he calls it. It's so crazy, man. It's like all those. Remember the trend back just a few years ago where it was like, I used to be a Democrat, but now I'm on the right or something like that. That was a
Democrat
huge.
deplorable,
sorry,
the Jack
man.
Murphy,
Yeah.
way to success.
Yeah, real quick.
I
we
feel
can
like it's the
circle back
same
to
thing
our
with
friend Jack
Vosh.
Murphy
Yeah.
here in a second too, because I guess he.
Oh,
put
no.
out
we could
another
read that.
apology letter.
Have we read it?
No,
Have
we
you guys
haven't.
An
yet.
apology
We
letter.
should, so let's get the letter. But fuck.
An apology letter?
You
Look at
haven't
Leighton's
seen
eyes.
this? Oh, I'm
Why
so
did you bring up
excited.
Jack Murphy?
I'm gonna edit the
I need
shit
to get.
out of this. I had no idea you hadn't talked about it on the show.
right, hold on.
To seductively read the letter like he did last time.
I'll send you a link of it. One
Yeah.
second.
We might need to get
All right,
back
you guys introduce it while I go get a beer. How about that?
Okay, fine. We'll wait for Tim to go get a beer as he comes back. But for those of you who haven't been chronicling our Jack Murphy exploits, we've basically been watching the fall of what can we even refer to him as? A manosphere wannabe guru?
Leader of the Seminole Order, Turbo Giga Chad, and Ultima Cuck, bringer of wives to other men, great destroyer of own ass, I'm
what else
trying to
we can
think of
refer to
some
him
more
as?
here.
He's just a cock. No other way to put it.
He's just a cock. That it really is the best.
And I don't even mean that as an insult. Like literally.
Oh, I
the
do.
definition.
Oh, I 100%. This is okay. And I want to have this conversation with Tim, and this is probably going to get somebody in trouble. But this is something I just have an issue with in general. This is cultural fucking degenerativeness to a degree that I want no fucking business in. I think it's horrible. And I think that libertarians have a real fucking problem calling that shit out. Because here's the thing, right? I believe you should be able to do what you want with your body in your home. But if you're sticking fucking dildos up your ass, I want no part of it. And in fact, I think it's gross. Like, I think that's gross. I don't want a dildo in my ass. I don't want a dick in my ass. What? So if we're talking about dicks and ass and dildos and ass, I think that's pretty fucking gross. I think it's repugnant. I don't want it around me. Right? I just watched the newest episode of Legion of Skanks.
Is that okay?
And on the newest episode of Legion of Skanks, some dude kisses his own dick tip. It's fucking hilarious, right?
Oh, that dude? Yeah.
And Dave Smith has the exact reaction to that situation as I would.
I'm going to pretend this comment is for you.
Oh, no, we were coming up with other names for Jack Murphy or...
all right, where is the link for this fucking thing?
Okay.
Because I'm ready to read.
Jack Dorsey, do we have the porno beat ready? We need to get the porno beat going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Yep.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
I have sent it to your Discord. Am I reading this, or is one of you reading it?
Well, somebody has to do it in a sexy voice.
Oh, I can
That's
do
the
it.
idea.
I can get a
Oh no! I typed in porn music, and the first link is Pornhub. No, not what I was looking for.
He's got some videos on there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Let me see here. Where is it at? Oh, you sent it to me in a message. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, oh my gosh. All right. When should I'm not reading this whole thing.
No,
right?
do a word search on the document and just search LIBER. And
liberalism?
No, just liber, and it'll show you, because that's shortened versions. It'll show you all the different versions of that word. But
What am I looking for?
Well, he mentions being a libertine. He mentions
Yes.
libertarianism and libertarians a little bit in the document. In
No way. All right, where's that? I want that.
So I want to.
Does he mention us? Does he rag on us?
No.
He
No.
definitely. No, I believe he does mention. Like,
I don't see libertarian anywhere.
Well, that's
I
what I'm
see
saying. Like, does he
libertine.
inadvertently mention us in any way? Like anything that could be misconstrued as us?
So,
I'm sure.
the
Yeah.
guy
I'm
is-
hoping, just like so.
the
we can
guy is trying to. It's a scapegoat, right? So he went from left to right, and that was his whole movement speed back when he got big with Tim Pool and all that.
Yeah.
So I think
Oh my
now
God, this is so
he's
long.
trying to claim that the fucked up part of his life and all that came from the fact that he had hedonistic stuff seep into his life, which came through libertine beliefs and libertarianism. So there's some fuckery there, and the guy is trying to create a whole new narrative because he's now trying to say he's been canceled for his opinions on Russia. Like, it's like,
Does
no.
anyone give a fuck what Jack Murphy thinks
What
of
Jack
Russia?
Murphy has to say about anything?
All right.
You don't get to
All
talk
right.
about Russia. You took a dildo in the ass. I'm sorry.
Ew.
This is,
Ew.
I draw the line at dick in the ass.
All right. So if you
This
you have the
man
document
felched
open in front of you.
cum. This man felched
I-
cum. Google that if you don't know what it
Oh,
Why would I want to Google that?
Come on,
this
dude.
guy is this man. You know what his word? You know how he
I don't even want
he
this touch.
tossed
What is
away-
happening right now?
tossed away the talk about him taking a dildo in the ass by saying it was beside his ass. It wasn't actually in his ass.
Wait,
That
that's in
was-
there?
That's no,
Wait,
not in this
hold on.
letter. He said that
Hold on.
the
Okay,
database
so-
for his website was leaked, and so all his messages and emails are just out there. So you
So here's what I'm thinking about reading. You tell me if this is the juicy part. You have the document open in front of you. Search. I'm a seeker, but I am a seeker, or I'm I''M. I'm a seeker. It's in bold. It's in bold. So from there down to the next bold, whatever it was. I would not go back if I could.
That's
Is that not the juicy bit?
That's
That's a pretty long fucking segment.
I know. I didn't. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, you read it over. I haven't read any of it, so I can have genuine reaction. But
I mean, I could.
it looks like a nice section.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I gotta say though, Jack Murphy has been quite the interesting character to chronicle on here. And we
So
haven't even
our-
scratched the surface on the patheticness that exists in certain corners of the manosphere.
Start where?
So the manosphere is full of these people,
Yeah, it is.
that is something that no one talks about. Is like this is like 100% all over the place.
It's hilarious.
Man.
You've never gone, Tim. You haven't gone down that rabbit hole.
Oh man, I don't need other people to tell me how to be a man. Where's
Yeah,
this shit?
this is
Basically, what it is.
There's a difference
Yeah.
between life advice and
Right.
straight
Yeah.
up like what these people are doing. This has gone beyond life advice at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Jordan Peterson. There was no reason for me to go listen to anyone else after that.
Well,
So
the-
yeah,
seemed
so,
fun.
it's like
so here's
there-
what I'm referring to, and just I have this up and on my phone in front of me. That's why I want to jump in. But I have, at one point here he says, "So who am I now? Jack Murphy, a man who was once a libertine fool but embraced virtue. Jack Murphy, a seeker who will learn more about morality until the day I die. Jack Murphy, a companion for people who believe they're too broken to be redeemed. Jack Murphy, a living example of God's grace and the American spirit."
No one is going to remember as any of those things.
He took a dildo in his ass on camera. You are not the
On-
American spirit,
Oh,
my
yeah.
good sir.
well, you know,
Someone like take like one of those old turn of the century paintings of like American exceptionalism and just insert.
Oh,
Jack
no.
Murphy taking a dildo. Like the
Listen,
ones of
listen,
Uncle
listen to
Sam pointing towards
Listen.
the horizon and shit.
I would
Like
not go
something-
back if I could, because my past reveals that everything I've warned about this has been true. I've written countless emails, blog posts, and tweets, and recorded dozens of podcasts, and even wrote a book about the evil of liberal values. I've told everyone who will listen that libertine beliefs and licentious actions will destroy individuals and, in turn, society. So this is what he's done throughout this entire letter. And there's a bunch of different times that he laces it in there where he blames his past transgressions not on Democrats and liberalism, but he kind of ties other things into it, right? And he's using words that have different meanings because libertine, they're not really the problem in my, I think most people would agree that those aren't your issue. That's not where hedonism comes from, which is the claim that he makes in here, is that libertine values lead to hedonism. That is not true. Sorry. So the whole thing to me is stupid. The guy is a perfect example of getting broken by the internet. This man was literally broke by the internet.
This is going to be a fun rise and fall video for someone to make.
Oh, people have already started. I guarantee you the big guys are already working on those videos because it's going to be good. But think about this, like, it all happened from a $5 super chat.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Dude.
You just asked the right question and it set him off.
I didn't even know about that article until someone brought it up.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually...
And the funny thing is, it's because of his reaction. Like, if he had just laughed about him and like, oh, come on, that thing, we're talking about that. Like, come on, let's get on to something else.
No.
Like, if he had just done that.
People are wrong here.
Right.
People keep saying
if he would have just shut the fuck up.
No, I mean, like, if he just had to laugh.
Yeah, here's the thing, though.
Put it, and shut the fuck up.
He should have done that, but this was already going to happen.
But it was his reaction, man.
Well,
like,
it
he
was
turned into such a bitch.
Initially, the problem is people have neglected to actually look at Tim Pool's show, and this is why the swatting thing is not being talked about in the correct angle. There were already people bringing up the Cuck article and doing this in mass in Tim Pool's chat before the episode in which that chat was sent and that happened. This story was already circulating. The reason it was circulating was because a group of internet people who frequent chat boards had found these articles and been chronicling this for about 2 years. There was a bunch of stuff on the internet previously about what he had done to con a school system out of a bunch of money, which he did legitimately do. And it was that actually drove these people to do research. There's a book that's been written by somebody that worked within his school system that actually chronicled everything that he did to steal money. He was basically being double paid for a while and was doing that on purpose, knew he was doing it, had people that he was working with to do it so that he could receive extra money. And then when the school eventually caught up with him, he painted this picture that he was being canceled by the left. And that's why he had to leave the school system. And that's why he left that world. And then he writes his book and gets put out on Tim Pool. If you look into this guy's past, he has a lot of past that's reminiscent of the Milo Yiannopoulos of the world. He has a lot of funding and people behind him. And that shit should worry people. And it should make people think. Because I think that shit's happening a lot more. And I think there's a reason it's happening on a place like Tim Pool. Just saying.
You think there's other
I do
grifters out
100%.
there?
This guy was in business with him. I mean,
Well,
they were tied together for a while.
To any powers that might be out there, I am totally willing to be your puppet if you give me a ton of money. Let's do it. As long as you aren't pushing progressive ideals, let's do it, man.
No, you already put a price on it, so you're good.
I mean, I did, but like, if I'm pushing for like the purple hair, like that shit, but you know, like,
well, no one's gonna believe it. You got to be a right wing sellout.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like Steve Bannon, if you are out there, if you need a new puppet because Jack Murphy's gone, I'm your man.
Yeah. Mitch is gonna teach people about.
I could do this.
The guy.
I read the game by Neil Strauss. Does that qualify me for anything?
I don't know. I don't know. What happened to Leighton?
I
Where
don't
did he
know.
go?
Fucking know.
There he is. What happened to you, man?
No, my audio cut out. I had to rejoin. It happens
Oh, okay.
sometimes with this fucking system I'm using. It's weird. I need to get a cloud lifter for this mic, but I kind of like having a little bit of boom. So if I get up nice and close
Yeah.
there, I can get a good.
Tim, here's the problem though. If I go into Manosphere as that, there's no shortage of other grifters out there.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I'm
yeah.
thinking of doing that from kind of not the manosphere, but more the
The womosphere.
no,
No, that's just feminism.
The
I have bigger-
womosphere.
I
There
have
we
bigger
go.
tits than most celebrity thoughts out there in the world, but the fact is that I think the Libertarian Party has a lack of coverage of some of the drama stuff that's constantly happening from our side of things. You know,
think
we
so?
have the retarded fakertarians of the world that run around and say certain things that I think are completely unfounded and untrue. Might be nice to have somebody doing something on the other side of that. So I'm thinking about maybe starting a show on Sundays that kind of focuses on that. Maybe calling it Slander Sundays was kind of the idea that I was running on, and
Yeah, I
just
saw that,
doing
yeah.
a kind of coverage of all the drama for that week within the LP, and then kind of give takes on it. Kind of have an open door policy where anybody can come on,
Well.
including the pieces of
Yeah.
shit of the world, so that I can smack them down a bit, which I think would be fun.
I don't know who's
So,
boss.
yeah. I'd also like Tyler Yankee, that dude. He has a really cool thing going, and people should check his Twitter.
Well, speaking of selling out, Mitch, you can just go work for Disney. This just happened a couple of days ago.
Plenty of wine to drink.
4 Disney employees arrested in Polk County human trafficking campaign. So you just go work for Disney. You don't got to sell out. You just go in your own backyard.
You know, Disney is another one of those lines, man. I ain't that kind of whore.
You ain't that kind of whore.
No,
I'm not
come
even
on,
watching
man.
Marvel movies anymore.
because it's always the same thing.
I can't remember. I didn't watch the first Avengers. I don't remember if I watched any of them because they just didn't look good. I like the Batman's, like the Dark Knight series was
Yeah, that's
great,
DC.
but the new Batman's not good. I don't know, but any of those they're all the fucking same. to me. I know there's a
actually heard-
difference.
I'm kind of just burnt out.
I
on
heard the new
superhero films.
Batman's actually not bad.
It's got the guy from Twilight. How good can it be?
Apparently, he did really well, and I actually like that. I don't like him from his Twilight era, but he has been in some really good movies like The Lighthouse and things like that, which he did really good job acting in.
Okay.
I don't actually think he's a bad actor. I think he's somebody who got stuck in a role, and now everybody recognizes him as that guy from that role, and he's trying to get
Sure.
out of that. Which Affleck had the same
I hope
fucking
that's the
problem
case.
playing Batman. And Affleck looked great. Like his suit,
I
stuff like that.
don't
I love.
remember.
Batman.
I like the look
I don't-
of
yeah.
the mech suit and stuff because I thought it looked good compared to the comics. I thought it was decent looking. But him, he didn't care about the role. And then the fans rejected him so much that he was just like, why would I ever want to do this?
I
this
don't
is-
remember Ben Affleck as Batman. I remember Ben Affleck as Matt Damon's
He actually
sidekick.
cared about the role. I thought it seemed like more than anything else. From everything
Dogma
that we saw.
is the best movie that both of those people are in existence. And Kevin James has turned into a piece of dog shit. But
What happened to him? He used
I
to be
know.
the best.
he died. The Snyderverse sucked, and go fuck yourself.
That was Mitch. Mitch did
I-
that. See how there's no
I'll have
comment
this
there.
debate with you. We need to do this.
Here's my argument.
All right,
I
hold on,
actually
hold on.
haven't
Culture
seen
and decay
any of the
thing, but
Snyderverse.
here's the
I
thing.
just love the fact these
No,
people are
wait.
fucking with Hollywood.
You guys
Wait,
bitched for a new fucking movie to
You're
get
talking
made.
about me, and I didn't
Hold
even
on.
bitch. I had no horse in this race. I just love the
Hold,
fact that we're
please.
pissing off Hollywood.
Hold, please. Okay. Y'all want to have this debate? I'll be the moderator because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I am
Okay.
not
So-
even looking to debate this side.
I will
Well,
just
you're
say
already
this
on.
on the topic. That's it.
Tim,
And you can
Tim,
tell
let
me whether I'm
explain to
wrong.
you what we're talking about.
Oh my god!
Zack
All right, I need an
Snyder,
explanation
he made
first.
Superman, Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and the Snyder cut.
All of those,
Justice League.
I didn't watch any of those because they all look terrible.
Okay. I only saw 2 of them. Wonder Woman, which was good. I will give them props. That one was actually good. Go figure, a man has to be the one to come in and tell a woman's story. You're welcome, women. We're just that good. But the other one, Man of Steel, was the other one I saw, which was kind of weird because Superman's like destroying the city. It's like, yeah, good job, Superman, saving the day.
Okay,
Holy
now here's the important
How
part.
many people
The
got
important
killed
part is they came out with Justice League, and when Justice League came out.
Let me tell you what happened. You're leaving out details. So basically,
I'm talking strictly about the product.
They're making Justice League. Zack Snyder's kid committed suicide, and he stepped back and didn't finish the movie. So they brought in great filmmaker who one day someone needs to ask him for an apology for Alien Resurrection.
Layton's like, no.
Yeah, he's horrible. He's horrible. That's why I'm being sarcastic.
Okay, thank you.
I hate Joss.
Okay, sure.
That man gave us Alien Resurrection.
That man probably also takes dildos in the ass, by the way.
He probably
goes to the Jack Murphy School for Sexual Exploits.
But like, he made Justice League, which was a shit movie, and then the Snyder fans went nuts. They wanted the Snyderverse to be released, which I actually
Patrick, you're 100% right.
I agree. We can both agree with this completely. As a matter of fact, let Christopher Nolan be the only one to touch Batman, period.
Yes, absolutely. At this point, he's the only person
one that made the Dark Knight stuff, right?
Yeah,
all 3 of those.
And it's not perfect. Like some of that, like Bane. Oh god, I have some real issues with the Dark Knight stuff because I think they just butt fucked a couple characters in those movies. Bane just wanted pussy. I mean, that's the whole story arc for Bane's character.
Dark Knight Rises wasn't written by Nolan, though.
I was born in the darkness. I just wanted vagina.
You really don't understand how this is supposed to work, do you?
But
I liked him.
Well, the thing with I enjoyed that film. I didn't hate it.
I don't dislike it. It's fun to watch. But from my standpoint, they did some things that I was like, from a plot standpoint.
Here's why they rushed to the 3rd film, and Nolan didn't like Dark Knight Rises. I'm pretty sure Nolan had like
they had half the filming time or something like that on that 3rd movie compared to the first one. Yeah. I know it was insane, and I mean there were set photos leaked, and it looked like a disaster and stuff when it was coming out.
All right, we're getting off track here.
Okay, here's
Dark
the thing.
Knight trilogy doesn't matter. What's up with the Snyderverse?
And this is my take on this. This is all I want to say on the thing. I am talking strictly about product. When the first version of Justice League came out, that was not done by Snyder. It was god awful. Everybody agrees on that. They then bitched and complained to get a Snyder cut, which was then released of the film. It was also crap.
You didn't like
it? Was an hour and a half too long. It was an hour and a half too long. The character development was shit. You still didn't get to see the things that we wanted to fucking see. The only thing they really did was make it look better and change the aesthetics. And I think that's great, but it didn't really make the movie any substantially better for me. And so everybody keeps talking about wanting this to be made, and I'm going, well, why? Why not bring somebody in that's competent, that we know is 100% competent to do it?
So because I don't think that's Snyder. I know Hollywood isn't going
and what
to
he did, what the geeks and gamers shit and all that was
guys,
fucked up.
Those guys
like what happened there was fucked. I don't think so at all.
You don't think so? I think Overlord Doomcock does better.
Oh, I think that guy has spread some legit.
That guy hits rumors. So many home runs. Like
he puts so much bullshit out there. It's a lot of like just, and I like both.
He told
like
me
I watch
everything
both.
that would happen in Rise of Skywalker before that movie came out.
Those leaks were not him. Those were already out there. They were on.
For those in the audience who are just as lost as I am,
nerds going
everybody drink.
Right now.
Everybody drink.
I don't have booze, but I can get some weed.
Oh my god, guys. We're so deep into rabbit holes. I have no idea what's going on here. Was that Russian vodka?
Yeah.
Okay, so review. Good, bad, bitter, sucks ass. What is it?
That's good.
You just did like a
yeah.
That was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just normally not a vodka person.
Not a straight vodka person.
I
Not a straight
drink-
vodka person.
I
Or
drink
straight liquor.
Tito's.
Look, Magoo, you and me both, man. I thought that I didn't know what I didn't know what to expect.
So
but
yeah,
This
this
is
is
when you get me
something
talking about
obviously.
cultural shit.
Obviously, me and Mitch are gonna have to have a deeper conversation about this because I have a feeling me and him are gonna have a lot of disagreements.
No, we're gonna, I feel like we agree.
I
on
think
a
we
lot of the
agree
core
on
things.
most of it. Yeah.
Like we definitely agree on like the core cultural things. I just feel like we're probably.
so what was culturally wrong with the films?
Well, I don't think
They
it's,
just
it's
weren't good
it-
films.
I don't think it followed the comic book
So they're
series.
just shit movies.
Yeah,
but
it's
But
just
I heard
But here's the thing.
the movies are no longer being made as the following of the fan. They're not making these movies for the fan base that they were originally made for. They're making them for new fans, and that's fine if they want to do that. But they keep trying to
Yeah.
pretend like they're bringing the old fans back in, and they're not. Like my mother
Yeah.
is the one who got me into comic books. She grew up reading comics her entire life. When I was given comic books as a kid, it meant something. Those are something you read and you attached onto and you continued to read. When I see what they're doing with this shit now, there's no connection to those comic books.
Well, that's
There
why-
isn't. It's been severed.
That's why I kind of at least have sympathies for the people for the whole restore the Snyderverse thing.
I
'cause it's
do.
like-
I absolutely do. I
kind
agree
of
with
get
you.
it when you're the fans getting like the
They are
companies
getting
basically
railroaded.
telling you they're basically telling you thank you, we don't want you anymore, we're looking to get a new audience, please go away.
Well, and the comic industry did this. They literally had artists who said, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. And that is a direct quote. Like, so that to me, that's like
People need to stop saying that.
it
It never ends well.
they need to destroy everything that people used to love so that parents can't take their kids back to that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole idea of homeschooling, taking your kid out of the public school system, taking them into your house, and teaching them things that you value, right? A lot of parents involve media and culture in that way too. You know, my parents tried to do that. They showed, they'll go through older movies and older TV shows and stuff like that because they don't want you to get influenced by the stuff that's being introduced into the newer shit and kind of changing culturally in that space. Well,
So that's
they are
an
removing
interesting-
that. They're making it
that's-
so you can no longer do that.
That's an
Because-
interesting take. I've never heard that, where you're basically saying that they're going out of their way to make new art that's remakes of old things terrible so that it ruins the old thing connected to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, these companies have so much money to throw around that they're going to make money if they make a Star Wars movie. The only movie they lost money on was Solo. They can just keep pumping these motherfuckers out, and even if they're bad, people will go and buy the shit. The same is true for the Marvel shit, for the DC shit, for all of it. These companies have always been
real quickly.
co-opted by political groups. They've been there since the 40s. I mean,
Magoo,
this isn't
we
some
live in a
new
free country, so you're allowed to have an opinion that's wrong.
This is why
Well,
I want
I-
to bring
I
back
agree with
libertarian
Magoo.
internet blood sports.
No, there's
I-
so much
I-
good. Like here's the weird thing that happened with the wrestling world. Vince McMahon bought his competition in WCW and ECW.
Sure.
And if we want to look at this from a free market perspective, after like almost 15, 20 years, you finally had all these other companies emerge as competition again. In Impact, AEW, fucking GCW, Ring of Honor, like there's New Japan, like there's all this other shit out there that's like crazy.
Those things don't even exist compared to the WWE, and the WWE
WWE
has
is for
gone
kids.
fucking terrible.
But if you
Yeah, it's-
wear a
it's
Bullet
terrible.
Club shirt to a coffee shop down by the hipster district, people know it. So, hipster wrestling promotions, no other way to put it.
Gay.
But-
Gay.
No, Tim, we're taking you to a wrestling show. Me and Duke are taking you to a wrestling show.
Can I get in the ring?
I mean, you could try and do it and get beat up by security
See,
and or a
'cause-
wrestler who's in the ring.
Hey, you know what? I don't want to be here anyway, so I'm gonna fucking James Weeks this fucking shit. I'm just going
You're
for
gonna
it.
jump the barricade? Tim's gonna
Yeah,
jump
man.
the barricade.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
We
What's
should
the worst
look
that's
at
gonna
something
happen? I
about-
get arrested for trespassing? Like, I'll be
I feel
fine. I'll
like
be
I
out the
should
next
pull
day.
The video, there's a video out there of a dude who jumps in the ring at an indie show, a midget show of a bunch of midgets in the ring, and the midgets just all beat the fuck out of him. And what's funny is
yeah.
whoever's on audio turns on that "It's a hard knock life for
Oh,
us."
nice.
Like,
Yeah.
and then they cut to the guy afterwards. His lip is like all bloodied. He's like bruised. Like, dude, those midgets fucked him up, bro.
I'm just picturing every time they hit him, it's just a squeaky toy sound instead of a
like a little dog toy.
Get him!
Up on the top of the turnbuckles, he jumps on him, just squeak.
Get the steel chair, boys.
Have you ever seen the video? This was one of my favorite. Like, I used to send this to people all the time, but there's a video of a little midget getting picked up and like, or jumping off of a boat into the water, and as soon as he hits the water, just bloop. Somebody replaced the sound effect. And then that video is the predecessor of everybody adding that sound effect to 9/11 clips. That's what caused people to do that.
The numbers don't lie in an era before the internet.
So I do know a little bit about wrestling.
You count internet views among like TV ratings, like it's a totally different era.
It was a completely different kind of show, though.
Well,
like
that's
the Vince
thing,
McMahon and the Steve Austin stuff, like they don't do that shit anymore. They're scared to touch that kind of crap.
No, man, fucking go to GCW, bro. Yo,
okay, no one watches GCW.
Shit,
I'm talking about WWE going down the drain.
Well, yeah, WWE
That's what I
sucks because they went PG.
My mom was in Hawaii.
That's why Ring of Honor, like New Japan, all those crazy ones, they're the ones doing all the crazy shit with like blood and dog collar matches and fucking crazy ass exploding.
Whatever happened to backyard wrestling?
What? Backyard wrestling?
Whatever happened to? Yeah, what happened to backyard wrestling? That shit was cool.
What, that hole in the wall independent promotion being run somewhere in Polk County by one of your neighbors? That still exists.
It probably
exists in every county in the United States for the most part.
Yeah,
but where did they go? They don't I don't see them around anymore. Are they just banned from YouTube because it's too graphic?
No,
like, I mean, where did they go?
There's a bunch of different like small promotions like that exist under like different names.
Maybe.
You might be right.
You might be right.
Don't remind me. Rest in peace, Kimbo Splice.
We have
It's not cool.
We have wrestling matches, like those style wrestling matches here in our state, run by little tiny, groups and stuff like that. All the time.
The LP is focused on the wrong thing. We need to bring mutual combat back. That shit needs to be like fuck okay, I want constitutional care, but mutual combat as well.
Fuck mutual combat. I don't know if I do the mutual combat thing, but I'll draw on people.
Yeah,
they want to do that. I got Western here.
Hey, bring back dueling.
Shooter.
I'm happy to bring back dueling, but mutual combat is a stepping stone. Look, all it takes is like you and I agree that we can fight and beat the shit out of each other, and the cops don't need to be called.
Well, I mean, there's nothing stopping us from going to our local.
We have mutual. We have mutual combat in Alaska, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Oh, nice. Okay, that's why you don't care, because you have it there.
we have. Well, it's kind of different, but it's pretty much mutual combat. If
hear me out.
If both parties decide not to press charges, then the police are not like there's no charges that can be pressed. They don't have
So real quickly, if consensual combat isn't legal here, what's stopping us from both going to the MMA gym downtown and just going in their octagon?
Yeah, I don't know what
assault. That's the difference from a legal standpoint.
Well, no, I mean, let's say I was, a member of that gym, and Tim was too. We go and we spar in their little thing.
Right, so there's two angles that are going to be taken there. There's a civil aspect and a lawful aspect. The civil aspect would be that if both of you joined the fight in agreement that you were going to punch each other and hurt each other, then neither of you could sue each other. Neither of you would have a case there from a legal standpoint. From the actual law, at some point, and I'm not sure exactly when, but I believe there is a point where it becomes an aggressive assault. So, for instance, if you were boxing and that is normal and you have both agreed that is normal, at some point somebody's going to get hurt and then it becomes excessive, and then a police officer could make the assumption that was outside of the agreement that you had, and therefore it erects into some form of assault.
Where's our not lawyer when we need him?
Well, the
Hold
thing
on.
is this
And
doesn't, and I'm
so
not sure on this, but from my standpoint, it doesn't really matter because
So,
either way, they're going to
let me
figure
ask
out a
you
way
this.
to charge
We're
you.
talking about insurance and assault, and all I can think is, imagine if this actually played a role in those old Attitude Era storylines.
Oh my fucking
Yeah.
god!
Like the Rock-
Every wrestler would need a Jew to walk beside them.
There we go. We can't go one episode without bringing up the Jew. All right, so let me ask you this. So in a mutual combat state,
over here, and
in a mutual combat state, let's say you and I agree to mutual combat and one of us dies. Is it now a homicide?
That would be, I think, pretty difficult if there was agreed upon mutual combat that was observed and witnessed. I think it would be very difficult.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like I stab you. Like I could punch you,
Right,
and then you like fall and break your
That's
neck,
what I'm
and you're
assuming.
dead.
I don't think there would be a sufficient path within the court system for them to actually convict you. They might be able to charge you, but I don't think they'd be able to convict you. Because I think you would have a legal defense, a very strong legal defense there.
And is there limits on the mutual combat? Because what I'm thinking here is if you legalize mutual combat, by default, you legalize dueling.
Well, so no, I know there is a difference, but and I don't know the thresholds. I couldn't go into that. I'm sure it has a state.
Yeah.
You know,
Ricada,
every state
what
is
are you
gonna
doing
change
tonight?
I know.
Come hang out.
We need Ricada. You know who? You guys should hit up some of those guys in that space though, because they'd be really cool to get in the kind of libertarian space. A lot of those guys are fucking. I've watched Ricada now for fucking 4 years. I'm been in his chat, so that guy is fucking legend.
Right.
But I don't know nearly enough about lawyer speak stuff. I read a lot of court cases on my own, and I was interested in law, but I was never interested in criminal law. So the criminal law stuff is completely fucking new to me in general.
Yeah, Robert is being gay right now, and he's gonna go watch Ron White instead of hanging out with us. So
Ron White live?
I can't.
Yeah.
Him.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. I know it was a half joke. He's gay and hanging out there instead of answering our legal questions.
Holy shit, man, that guy's awesome.
Yeah,
my fucking Ron's.
All right, so here's my new proposal. To grow the LP, we start fight clubs.
I offered to sumo wrestle Waldenberger. I'm already signed up for this shit, man.
Because one of the indie promotions I go to is pretty much modeled after the movie Fight Club. So I guess I'm taking you to that one.
I don't know, man.
Who? What?
I don't think people want to fight Alaskans. I don't think it sounds smart.
Well,
I've seen Alaskans and other states. What happens? It's not fun. Like I've had so many friends that have went down to Lower 48. I had a buddy in Oregon. Who literally was in jail within 3 weeks of being in Oregon because he was outside of a bar and got in a fight with two like skinny SJW people. Just fucked him up. It's like it's just like this is Dave Smith talks about this and he's 100% right because that is the New York culture too. If you fucking talk shit to somebody in this state, you're gonna get fucking punched in the face. Like there's no disconnect between those things. Like I've had people call me fucking Nazis and horrible shit on the internet. If I see those people in person, they're gonna catch a fucking fade. That's just how it's gonna go. Like nap or not, they're gonna take a nap.
I think it would bring in the right type of culture, like fighters, people who can have friendly disagreements and then get over it immediately after.
Absolutely.
Is this
There's a certain bit of brethren about beating the shit out of each other and then giving each other a hug afterwards.
I'm sure that a Fight Club caucus already exists, but I'm also sure that it's fake and gay.
Plus, can I just say,
go ahead.
Well, the Fight Club caucus shouldn't exist because we're not supposed to talk about it.
If me and Waldenberger were to wrestle or fight or anything, the hug afterwards might actually break the internet.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever heard that amount of suction? You know why fat people don't
oh my god.
Like, two pillows rubbing up against each other is never a good thing.
I don't know, man. I saw him in that video where he rage quit.
Get him in
and
that
he was
reverse chokehold and give him that little bit of a throttle there.
I don't know. I think you might have him beat on the size factor because he was surprisingly small. Yeah, exactly. Like the high angle pictures that he takes of himself or whatever for all of his
Can
things.
We talk about the mic drop for a second.
Oh yeah, sure. The PA mic drop.
Here's a mic drop, right? When I drop a mic, it should sound like this, right? You should hear something. This dude's mic hit nothing.
Oh yeah,
there was no sound.
I didn't even notice.
He's probably thinking the sound guy told me not to drop this, so I can't actually drop this.
Right.
You get the
dropped the mic, and the mic just cut off before it ever hit the table, so there was no thud.
You know what? That's
energy out of it.
You know what? That's a good sound guy. We appreciate it.
He also resigned from a bunch of committees that he was no longer part of. And they made sure to point that out after he walked out of the room.
we dealt with the same thing here. Once you beat these people, they see it coming and they leave prematurely and then make it look like it was their decision. We had the same thing happen here.
It is
people like to create drama.
Yes, and this is what needs to be talked about. And that's absolutely. I think people in
How many more times do you guys think this is going to happen, and should we create a gambling pool?
Oh, it's never going to stop. Like in the sense of there's always going to be this shit happening. Like and it's going to get better, and it's almost going to cease to exist.
I think you're slightly wrong about that because I think a lot of the people are leaving now. Mm-hmm. And I think once the Reno reset happens, this has been a prediction from Heiss and all the caucus people for a long time, is that once the caucus actually takes over the party, there's going to be an exodus. There's going to be a bunch of people that have been around for a long time that are going to leave. There's going to be a bunch of high dollar donors that are going to leave. And then everyone's going to point to that and say, look how the caucus is destroying the party. But another year or two down the line, we'll have recovered from all of that, from the growth that comes afterwards. Right. Like there's been too much attention paid to these people for so long that don't really deserve it. Like people that give $10,000 to the party, sure, I appreciate your money, but that doesn't mean you get to dictate my principles.
And,
that has been happening too long. So I think you're wrong a little bit that a bunch of people are leaving right now. A bunch of people will leave at the Reno reset, but after that, I don't think it's going to continue forever. I think you're going to have people bitching from the sidelines and no one's going to care.
I think that would be correct if we made the assumption that there is only one enemy here, and that is the lolberts and retards that exist within the LP. And I think that's not the case. I think the second these people are cleared out of the party and the majority of them are gone, it is going to be replaced by opposition within the party from the left and from the right and from everywhere else within the political spectrum. There's no getting away from having divisiveness within a political party and having argument and drama within a political party.
Sure.
I think anybody who's saying that, I mean, for instance, this is small fucking potatoes. Like what the Fakertarians, with the lolberts, with the idiots in this party are doing is fucking nothing. Like we know that. That's why we're beating them. So if we know we're beating them because they're not doing enough and because they're clearly not capable of holding on to the positions they keep, then I need to be looking at who the bigger enemy is after that point. And right now, that's going to be opposition from the left, opposition from new parties that they create, like you said, and those will bleed into the LP. Like, I mean, if you think that the left isn't going to send people to pay and become dues-paying members of the Libertarian Party to throw wrenches into things, that's exactly what they've probably already been doing for a very long time. You know, we talk about the Sarwarks of the world, and feds and things like that. I think it's less credible that he's a Fed and more credible that he's just a fucking plant from the left and that he's being paid to be in the position that he's in. You know? So you know, and that's why I think Scott Horton was right in a sense when he said everybody jumps to the Fed thing. I don't think the guy has to be a Fed. I think there's a lot of people within the LP for a very long time who've been probably getting stipends from some very rich people to make sure that this party does not move forward. And unfortunately, money doesn't do all that much when you have a mass movement of people that are grassroots, which is what we replace that with.
And with Nick Sarwark, from what I've heard about being kicked out of the family used cars thing from allegedly or whatever, I don't know the full story. Can you imagine getting fired from your own family's used car thing?
You know who it
Wait, I
reminds
thought
me
you were
of?
just making a joke. That's a real story.
I don't know if it's real or not. Someone told me that. That's why I
By
said
the way,
allegedly, because
I
like I don't know if
still
that's true.
contest that I made the best ever Nick Sarwark meme, which was the OnlyFeds meme. And that was just the remember when those guys were standing around when the fucking shorts and shit? I just put his different faces of him over them and just changed it to OnlyFeds. That was great. Like,
I will say this though, in regards to what you guys are talking about with like us coming in and driving them out and everything. Honestly, I'm just being vindictive with this shit. I'm not trying to play this whole like, oh no, we want to keep everyone in the party. It's like,
no, I'm not doing that either. Fuck these
guys.
people.
So one of the things that I've been meaning to talk about here that I didn't get to on the last episode of Culture and Decay because Rob hit the end button prematurely, and I'm too lazy to go edit.
Rob ending prematurely.
Yeah, that
seems normal.
Big surprise.
Yeah. Anyways, I now own 17.
Maybe he's the one that really drinks the wine.
And as far as taking over the LP goes, I just want it to be known I'm vindictive in my nature because you people took the libertarian frontier from me. I'm going to take your party from you.
Wait, what? I thought you owned that. You don't
Libertarian
own the
Frontier? No, they created the Frontier Project and they bought the domain for Libertarian Frontier.
Oh, okay.
So the way I look at it, you guys took Libertarian Frontier. Fair enough. All's fair in love and war. So, I'm going to get behind these Mises Caucus guys and help them take down your party. Take over your party.
I'm looking at the website right now. I have a technical question for you after the show because what you've done with it looks really good.
Lots of work we will be doing on the website coming up here. So
look at that shit. That looks nice,
that looks
dude.
actually really good.
Yeah.
The
homepage I completely redid. It's some of the other pages that need to be done. There's also some things that you will see.
And these are
on there.
And these are all shirts designed by you.
These are all my designs. You'll see some other designs on there that come from the site's previous owner that I am in the process of getting from him.
Did you casting couch this woman? How did you get her to take that picture for you? Huh?
I'm going to have to plead the fifth there. All I will say is the fine people down in Bang Bros who run the Naughty Taxi, they are some good people, and I thank their help.
We were talking about someone that I'm trying to get a conversation with that runs a collection of websites.
Oh yeah.
And
what was that guy's name? The Antifa porn rapist?
Fucking
what is
Duke
he?
Skywalker.
What? I don't know what his name is. I was making jokes.
Antifa abuse. Good song.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
It is
that
Duke
guy.
Skywalker. He's a fucking legend. That man is
some
my
guy
hero.
Some guy that hate fucks SJWs.
Oh, he's a legend, dude. This man is
I gotta say, Chad.
Oh, you have no idea. He runs a site called Radical Jislam.
Layton's like, I've seen all his work. I can tell you.
Here, guys. If you want to learn how to get laid, listen to this guy.
He runs a website called Radical Jislam. It is exclusively women in hijabs in there who are of certain ethnic persuasions.
Props.
Wow.
He used to have a website. Honestly. Oh, the guy is a fucking absolute G. He is
well, and with that, let's wrap up the show here. Look, it's been fun. Mitch, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Can't wait to see you at the cookout. Layton, you should have bought a plane ticket, but whatever. When are you gonna move down to Florida?
When the busy season is over in town here, after like August gets kind of mid-August, then I can start traveling again. So I will definitely see people at that point. Because regardless, I'm going to take a road trip or something around that time with my vacation days.
It's like 6 months away. That's fucking far, dude.
Yeah, I know. I might be able to come over for a few days somewhere in between there and visit like an in particular area of Florida just for a few days somewhere in there. So I'm trying to figure that out.
We're thinking about a second party somewhere in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so that might work out.
That could work.
Also at the Crosby compound.
Yeah, man.
I don't.
Yeah,
I want to see the fucking chicken coops.
Yeah, the chickens are behind me. Yeah.
Are you planning on doing a rival show?
I want to see Tim's harem of chicks.
Hey, look, man, I cannot compete with Tim Pool even if I try.
Well,
he
no,
has
you
too much
saw
fucking
he literally
money.
has a stream going on his chicken coop now that's just gathering views.
Tim, do you own do you own property?
Yeah, 5 acres. Yep.
You got what kind of trees?
Mostly oak. Yeah. Why? Why are you laughing?
I have some plans for like a log cabin chicken coop.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. I'd do it.
I will literally put them aside.
The problem with them, like, this is a Yeti microphone. Like, the trees are maybe like a little bit bigger than the Yeti.
No, that's
yeah.
You can.
Yeah, they're like thin trees.
So you can do this stuff called. You can do scrim tying, where you do this kind of snaky pattern on the bottom of the log, and it kind of makes it lock into place. That's one thing I do know a little bit about. I'm not like into that stuff, but like everybody builds homes here, so it's kind of a necessity to at least know
when
how to
I type
put together
in
a cabin.
scrim tying, I got a bunch of pictures of like gauze.
That's not the term. That's not the term.
Oh, okay.
I guarantee you that is not the real term.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm relating it to scrimshawing because you kind of carve into the wood. It's like the way that you do it. It's weird.
Okay.
You're not really you're kind of not making a notch, but you're putting a thing you can fill with putty that kind of seals
like Lincoln
the
logs.
Yeah, same
Lincoln
concept.
yeah.
Well, that's how Lincoln logs, by the way, are fundamentally how you build a fucking log cabin. They did legitimately teach kids. You can literally use them as a model and design a house. Like you can literally do it that way. It's kind of cool. Even the roof vices, everything that they designed even back then is actually how you build a log cabin. There's a guy pretty famously in the state of Alaska who wrote a book about building log cabins in like the 40s and 50s here. And he said that the vision he got for his first cabin came from playing with Lincoln logs when he was like 15.
Wow.
Which is like,
Okay, what the fuck? All right.
Jack Murphy,
yeah. Just stick the wood up your ass. And you'll
69 for 69.
Yeah. All right, peeps. Plug your shit and we'll get out of here.
All right. Well, as we talked about earlier, go check out 1776swag.com. More stuff to come in the near future there. I'm just going to plug this because exclusive there on the website, Dave Smith Revolution Ringers. Exclusive to 1776 swag. Go check them out. And go follow me on Twitter at Mitch Connor JLo.
There you go. Leighton.
At Liberty Leighton on Twitter. And you can see me shit on people there and be a misogynistic retard. As far as an edit for the Swamp Creatures Network, you can also go check out my YouTube channel now, which is Outlawed Thoughts. The channel name is just my name. Sorry. But I have a show over there, Outlawed Thoughts. It's going to be kind of restarting here with a whole new kind of branding, new thumbnails, new everything. So that'll be kind of more frequent.
Definitely look up Lay Titty Radner. That's how you find it. No. With that, just check out the Discord. There's a lot of cool people hanging out in there. I was looking the other day. We have like fucking 50, 60 people in there. It's getting pretty crazy in there. So come hang out with us. We're probably going to be hanging out there after this show. Anything else before we end? Hearing none. Thanks for tuning in. See us next Friday.
69.
There you go.